Happy New Year.
Sounds gay. I'm in.
Welcome to Gay Talk 2.0, the ultimate podcast for your dose of dish.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Happy New Year, and welcome back to another episode of Gay Talk 2.0, an LGBT podcast. We're streaming live on our YouTube channel for all of our Patreon supporters, live and in color on the day of recording. 2025 went out with a bang, and 2026 said, hold my beer. And here we are. So we are live. My name is Tom. I am your host. And as always, I'm in the studio with the peeps that make the show fabulous, starting with the first one.
Hey, y'all. Nick or Trish.
And
It's Hope, Nick's worst nightmare.
welcome you all to the show. So you're probably wondering, where's Jay? Jay is not with us tonight. He couldn't be. He had a family emergency, and so he cannot be on with us, but he will be back next week. But we're all here, you know, all the usual poker players. We've got all our players ready to go. Cards are dealt. And 2026 is coming in
Coming in hot.
a little drunk, I would probably say. Yeah, I think it's drunk.
Little tipsy.
Yeah, it's like grab an Uber, don't drive.
So this morning, Hope texted me about, oh my God, sorry, I was on Do Not Disturb pretty much all week. And I'm very proud of both of us because we really turned off. But I was like, oh my God, I was literally about to text you. And I asked her if she could do something. She was unavailable. But she was like, but. And I was like, you're coming to the show.
Well, I'm glad you're here. You know, it's always wonderful to have you on the show because, I admire your wittiness. I admire your knowledge. I admire your passion, your activism.
He likes
do
that you
so
take
much.
me down a notch.
Yeah.
Or
Honestly,
six.
you just need a little pussy around here. I get it. I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
we need something a little moist
You know?
from time to time. It's always good.
Special.
So let's do our quick roundtable and talk about, the holidays. We have been off for 2 weeks. We didn't record for 2 weeks.
Which
so-
is weird. Yeah.
Which is weird,
Yeah.
right? And so yeah, it's been crazy. So you had a destination, holiday season. So why don't we start there, Nick? Start with you.
Yeah.
How are you?
Honestly, I'm really good. It was really restorative and relaxing, and I just said it. I actually turned off. I turned my email off. I did not work. It was really, really nice, and I was really concerned, as we talked about on the show previously, about going into MAGA country, and what that was going to be like. But I have to say, I had such what.
I didn't hit record.
These fucking interns.
The intern. All right. So
We have to start all over.
yeah, we're gonna do it all over again. Here we go. In 3, 2.
Happy New Year.
Sounds gay. I'm in.
Welcome to Gay Talk 2.0, the ultimate podcast for your dose of dish.
Not act well the second time.
This is what happens when you do a live show, ladies and gents. Welcome back. Happy New Year. And this is Gay Talk, an LGBT podcast. We're streaming live on our YouTube channel for all of our Patreon supporters on the day of recording. Everyone else gets to see it the week after. Obviously, the audio version of the show is available the night of when we publish to everyone for free. And thank you for joining us. 2025 went out with a bang. And 2026 was like, bitch, hold my beer.
Well, really hold my seltzer, but
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I know.
but it did. Anyway, my name is Tom. I'm your host. And as always, I'm in the studio with the people that make the show fabulously great. Starting with the first one.
Hey, y'all, Nick or Trish.
And
It's Hope, Trish's worst nightmare.
thank you for joining us on today's show. If you're wondering where Jay is not with us today. He had a family emergency, and unfortunately, he couldn't join us on tonight's show, but he will be back next week, and we are looking forward to that. And I'll have to tell you a little story on Jay later. Oh, my God. But anyway, we'll get there. But anyway, we're back, and We're live. We're queer as 2026. I just don't know how I feel about that.
Oh no, I am stoked about 2026. It is the year of the Leo.
Oh dear.
Oh,
I was gonna say, tell me about all the joy and abundance we're gonna receive, and you said,
It is the year of the Leo.
It's all about him.
But you have to understand that every sign has a year, and sometimes some signs have years, multiple years. So, like my nephew, for example, his year happens every year.
Where the fuck is my year?
You got to look it up.
I'm an Aries. I don't know what year I am.
I got you.
Yeah. See,
But I'm all about it because I'm bringing things to me this year. I'm bringing a relationship to me. I'm putting it out there. It's going to happen. I'm bringing financial stability.
I want that for you.
You know, I'm bringing a little bit more peace in my life because the world is so fucking crazy.
We all know that's the
that-
truth.
I need to topside my life
Right.
so that I have some stability, right?
You do need a top in your life, yes.
Yes.
That's I know. I mean, he served it right up.
I
don't
did.
know.
I put on a platter.
A top side. Okay, honey.
I was like, he needs a whole top. The whole thing.
The whole top.
The whole tabletop.
But
All
it
of
is.
it.
It's the year of the Leo, and I'm sorry in advance.
Yeah. Well, imagine
Not
that.
sorry.
So I can't. I cannot. But anyway, we're back. We're excited as usual. Before we get into all the craziness that's been going on in the last 5 days since we rung the new year, I'm going to do a quick roundtable. And before I forgot to hit record, because yes, I can admit to my fault, even in 2026,
Wow.
it happens.
Growth.
We were gonna dive into a roundtable, and Nick was gonna tell us. Both of our co-hosts here had destination holiday getaways, and so Nick, why don't we start off with you? How was your holiday?
So I was nervous, but surprisingly, it was great. I did have to go into MAGA country, which I believe you did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I was gonna say destination. That makes it sound so glamorous.
I know, right? I went to Florida, Port St. Lucie, everybody. Okay. No, but it turned out to be, it was really great and restorative. And I completely turned off, which was amazing. I turned off my email, which is something that I have a really hard time doing.
That's important, though.
It really is. And honestly, it was surprisingly wonderful. There was no issues with, Trump or conversations about what's going on in the world. And there were some moments for sure, but it's very evident to me that my family is on that edge.
Like, oh my God,
They're flipping.
why? Why is this happening? I don't necessarily think they're flipping. I just necessarily don't think
They don't like Trump.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
think my dad would say he's better than Kamala, which I don't get. But everyone else is like, no, we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's not doing anything that he said he was going to do. He
Right.
promised us lies. And I think there's been a lot that has happened that they're just like, what the?
Yeah.
This is what I voted for? Like,
Right.
And-
But aside from all of that, and aside from all the politics, like there was many milestones on this trip for you. You had an opportunity to meet your nephew for the first time.
I did. I danced with my niece.
That's
I
right.
sent you a video of me meeting my nephew for the first time.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, and so basically, I'm expected to show it. Is that what you're telling
Yeah,
me?
probably.
It is the year of the Leo, so we have to get really used to this.
Oh,
He's gonna send us shit, and we're gonna have to all year long. Okay, so just get your vocal cords ready.
oh my
Wow.
God!
Sorry, no, this is a really cute video.
No, it really
as an
is.
auntie, I 100%.
I love it. I love that you're like an auntie. This is so
Yeah.
cute. So cute. So so you went down and you met your nephew for the first time.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah, so I
working my way there.
met my nephew for the first time, and I think I've talked about this on the show. So my nephew was born with Down syndrome. He is he's an extreme fighter. He's adorable, and I was so excited to meet him. And I got to so he just had heart surgery, so you can't pick him up from underneath his arms. You have to pick him up always from the back and the back of his neck.
Right.
And he has a really hard time going to people. And I picked him up, and he was so comfortable in my arms, and he just couldn't stop staring at me.
Oh.
And I fell in love instantly. He ended up falling asleep in my arms in about 15 minutes or so, and the nurse, because they have 24-hour nurse care, was like, "How did you do that?" I was like, "What do you mean? He just passed out."
Oh.
And the nurse was like, "Oh, well, he doesn't really sleep in anybody's arms but mine or your sister's." And I was like, "Oh, well, I guess that means he loves me."
Oh.
But this video is the first time I got to see him, and I got so emotional. I started crying. You can't hear the audio here, but I tried to make a little joke. I was like crying, and then I was like, "But I can't wait to bite your face," when you're like, when he's feeling better, because I didn't want to like be too aggressive with him.
Right.
But he is something really special. And my niece too, she's a Spitfire. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, have you met her auntie?
Yeah, correct. She's Trish's niece.
That's true. No, but she's my sister's daughter.
Yeah, but she's
Yeah.
and the DNA is there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, it was really.
She's probably running around. It's the year of the Leo, even though she's not a Leo.
I know you're probably not wrong. But
Imagine.
I mean, am I wrong? No, of course not.
no, but it was a really nice time. However, there was this one really funny moment where my mom was talking about my sister needed to get her yard done and all
Done,
that stuff,
yeah.
and she hadn't done it in a while. And I was like, "Well, it looks like you kind of need to get your yard done too."
Oh.
And she was like, "Oh yeah, well, Ice got him." I was like, "What do you mean Ice got him?"
Oh my God.
And she was like, "Oh, our long guy, Ice got him." I was like, "You just casually say that? Like it's normal?" Well, he's legal, so they're hiring a lawyer. I'm like, and this is my point. This is my fucking point. This was the one moment in the entire trip that I was just like, "Oh, okay. So you could say Ice got him, and that's okay."
And that's the reason why
No,
you're long.
my mom was like, "No, this is bullshit."
Yeah.
So now his son is running the business until they get him back.
God.
Right now he's in Wisconsin, the guy that owns this
This
business.
is fucking scary.
Uh-huh.
This is the scary part about all
Well,
of
and
this.
so
But anyway,
casually
right.
saying like, "Oh, well,
Oh,
yeah, Ice got him."
yeah, that's
Like this is just a part of our new fascist
Mama.
normal.
Mama. No, this is not. This should not be normalized. This shouldn't be the normal thing.
No.
So no, just be like unfortunately, be a little bit more empathetic. I'm sorry, she was lacking empathy.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but it was definitely this moment where I was like, "What?" Because we
Yeah.
have known plenty of people that have even up here that have been affected by ICE, but the fact that they were so casual about saying this legal human being was taken by ICE.
Right.
Oh, but it's not a big deal. Now the family's getting a lawyer.
Honey, this system is not going to work in favor of anyone.
Yeah, of course.
Legal or not.
But what?
And they're just bouncing people around because they
Oh,
can
yeah.
only keep them in facilities for 72 hours, 48 hours.
Well, but then they also try to get them in front of judges that will judge in their favor, rule in their favor to remove them, because once they're out of the country, it's much harder to get them back.
right.
And they have
right.
quotas. They have
Yeah,
quotas
I mean, the question I would have asked. Oh, so you're over
Well,
here
so-
asking like, Ice got him. What are you doing to help? Like, are you still paying that
Yes,
weekly bill?
they are still supporting the business. The son is running the business. However, my sister did not know about this.
Oh.
And she was like, "Yeah, I don't understand why I haven't had the guy come over." And I was like, "Amanda, have you not talked to mom at all?
Wow.
He was taken
only-
by ICE." And she was like, "What? Are you fucking kidding me? He's legal. He has a business." And I was like, "Yep.
Yep.
Like,
They are targeting black and brown people."
Yeah, they racially profile because the Supreme Court said they could.
it's freaking.
Overall, I
insane.
had a great trip.
I love that.
So I love that you disconnected because I tell you all the time, you're like, you come here, right? We're getting ready for the show. It's like, I just have to do one more email. So I think 2026, year of the Leo. I think one of your main goals should be is that once you leave the building, shut it down.
No, it's also about me this year. It's
Yeah,
not
of
about
course.
work.
Yeah, and it should
I mean,
be.
it is like, obviously I'm going to still do my job, right? But like,
Yeah,
But you
and-
just have to remember your 100% is most people's like 75%.
right,
So you don't have to give quite as much as you give
right.
to achieve the same goals.
Right. And then the other thing is to I love and I absolutely love, and you look amazing, that you are embracing this beard thing.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
And it's still there, and you're like really running with it, and I fucking love it. So this is the first time your family most likely got to see you with a
My
beard.
mom did not like it.
Yeah. Why? What was
They've never seen me with facial hair. So
No.
my mom was like, she had a hard time with
My
it
little
the first
boy's all
couple of
grown
days.
up.
But
Oh
and
my
then like
God. Is he gonna be Butch?
oh no. A couple of days before I left, I was like, my dad looked at me. He's like, so what are you gonna do with all this? I was like, what does that mean?
Carl.
I was like, what does that mean? And he was like, oh, well, I just like it's not really filled out yet. And I was
Right.
like, I mean, it's getting there. It's gonna take time. He's like, So I don't think my dad liked it either, but I don't
Well,
know. I'm
it's
still
not-
running with it through the winter.
It's not for them to like. You have
Hey.
a potential husband. It's the
And
year of the Leo.
I wouldn't say potential husband, but I am dating somebody and I'm
which
interested
is fabulous.
and he likes it. So that's all that matters.
And exactly. Thank you. And you like it. Do you like it?
Yeah.
I know it's weird for you, right? You're not going for the shaver as often.
Well, no, what's weird is like having to continually shape it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I used to
Requires
just take it
maintenance.
off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Now I have to like my morning routine. That's an extra like 10 minutes now.
Yeah. So now on top of not only taking off your clothes, you know, you don't have to worry about, you can take off your clothes. You don't have to worry about taking off your face.
Oh my God. I spent 2 weeks, 2 full weeks with no makeup on my face.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you have makeup on today?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
He's in studio.
I'm on camera.
Yeah.
He wants studio lighting and studio makeup.
Unwillingly, I must add, because, you know, it's like I literally said one day, and we've talked about this before. I was like, oh, we're going to do a video version of the show. He's like, "Ugh, no. I was like, oh, the cameras are here already. Sorry.
Mhm.
Literally, I walked in and this is what I saw. I was like,
Yeah. It was pretty crazy.
so the camera adds 10 pounds, right? And so I was like, all right, Tom. And then he started jabbing me with Ozempic. And now I'm like, I'm okay.
yeah,
now.
now she's good. You look fabulous, girl. You
So
really
do
do. You
you.
really do.
You both
You
do
look
too.
fabulous. You look rested. You look like you know, like you went away and you did, like, you took time for self-care.
Mm-hmm.
That's important.
Oh my God, another funny story. So I know we gotta push it
no,
off to Hope, but
this
like
is-
it's
No,
been 2 weeks.
dish.
It's been 2 weeks.
Dish.
This is why we do roundtables.
So I went. My feet were jacked up. Right, it's the winter up here,
Mhm.
and so I'm in Florida, and I was like, all right. So me and my sisters were like, let's go get pedicures. And so I went and I got a pedicure, and they got like the fancy like gel, you know. And I was just getting a clear coat, and I was like, you know what? They do really good like artwork at this place. And I was like, you know what? Put a rainbow on my big toe.
did ya?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
But let me
and-
tell you, this woman did a great job, but she does not know what a rainbow is. Because she does not understand the order of the rainbow or anything. And I'm looking at the toe and I'm like, oh, well, I mean, it's cute, but it's not a rainbow. And, you know, I don't know, you know, what her nationality is, but she was definitely speaking some type of Asian language. And
Right.
I could hear her talking about, like, you know, Roy G. Biv. Like, I could hear the, like, the
Mhm.
moments, and I was like, oh, she does not know what she's doing. And I was like, I'm just gonna, you know,
Mhm.
I would have just Googled it and be like, here, look.
So,
this is the rainbow.
this is what happened.
what had happened
Oh
was.
my God.
This is not a rainbow.
I mean, it's-
it's on the tip.
It's the whole toe.
I don't see anything.
I'm struggling to see, but it looks like red's at the top.
Oh no, that's not a rainbow. That's not a rainbow.
Oh God. Oh, we're having show and tell.
That's
I
not a
don't love
rainbow.
feet. I'll take your word for it. I take your word for it. No, I hate feet.
Oh, well, it's definitely not a rainbow. That's all I have
It's
to
not my
say.
fetish. I have many others. and that is not
Oh
it.
my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
So, wow. Okay, that's not a rainbow.
No.
That's just colors
Yeah.
thrown together in some sort of meshy way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know.
Wow.
Well, I'm glad your trip was restorative. I'm glad that you were able to actually have an encounter with your family that was, for the most part, positive,
Yeah.
and that you came back restored and ready to tackle 2026.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but
It's the year of the Leo.
oh no, it's gonna be a great year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're ready to grab it by the
Today wa-
balls.
Today was a tough day.
Oh,
back,
yeah, it
though.
was.
You know,
Yeah, it was.
first days back, they suck.
Yeah, they always do. Hope, darling, how
Uh,
are you?
I mean, similarly, I feel like I'm going to be an echo chamber over here. I went to Texas and it was not bad. Like, it was the first time that I took a trip to Texas that at like more than a decade where it felt like I got to leave pretty rested
Mhm.
and pretty stable and normal. And I went in, there was a lot of drama beforehand.
Which usually is.
Yeah, there was a lot of drama beforehand because, you know, I'm the gay one, my cousin's the other gay one, and so we're spending all this time together because I'm staying at his place, and there's all this drama about like, why are you staying there? And it's funny because I've not stayed with my parents in many, many years, but I got there, and on so many levels, it was not nearly as stressful as I expected it to be. It's funny that you say that thing about the nails because I have my own manicure pedicure story because so so my gay cousin, we're going to talk about him. I will send this to him later. Nathan, I love you. Nathan, I really need you to buy a fucking iron or a steamer or something so you can be a little bit of a better gay.
Yeah.
Girl.
I need the gay men here to validate me.
Girl.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I was informed that you are a well put together gay, that you really care about.
And we saw photos. You are.
Yeah.
You are.
What you put on your body and how you dress yourself. You look fierce, but you gotta own a steamer and an iron.
Look, I mean, I'm that gay that has a dry cleaner, an iron, and a steamer. You've got like 4 steamers.
I do. I don't
And you
use
wear
any of
t-shirts.
them.
Yeah.
And I don't
you.
use any of them, but I have them.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm the type of gay that I actually have like a stash of like tampons, pads,
Okay.
hygiene products for women in case someone gets drunk and stays at
Thank
my house and
you.
they need one. It's here.
Bless you.
I'm,
Prepared. You're prepared.
you have to.
But
What's his
also-
name again?
Nathan,
Nathan, we love you.
we love you.
But you have to.
We hold
You have
space
to.
for you, but you,
We all-
I have your pinky. I have your pinky. Okay.
we,
Yep.
In Cynthia and Ariana terms, however,
Oh God.
while I hold space for you,
Pinky.
hold his pinky. I really need you to buy an iron or a steamer for
I gotta hold
yourself,
it.
not really just for
I gotta
me.
hold it and pulse it. Wait. Let me do it again. I gotta hold it and pulse it.
Perfect. Thank you, gays. So my cousin Nathan, we spent a lot of time together, which I cherished deeply. It was the best. And so my mother and my sister and I have a tradition that whenever we're home or wherever we're together in the same place, we always go get mani-pedis together. And this started like a very long time ago, probably when I was in high school or college. And this time, because I was staying with my cousin and he was my ride to most places, I said, Nathan, we're going to go get mani-pedis today. I think you should come with us. And he had never had a mani-pedi.
What?
And correct, thank you. And I was like, I'm sorry, how have you never once tried this? So he didn't try it. And but he came with us. He was so excited. And we get to my mother's house and Nathan's there. And we're all excited. My sister's husband is going to watch the kids. We've got it all planned out. I've picked the spot. I made the reservation. And before we leave, I was like, so Nathan, I'm going to go with Nathan. And they said, what do you mean you're going to go with Nathan? And I was like, well, Nathan's coming with us. Nathan's going to get a mani-pedi too. And my sister like didn't bat an eye and said, oh, okay. Like I think she in her brain was like, oh, I understand what's happening. But I think she also put it through her filter and went, oh, it's a gay thing. Like, it's fine.
But it's not a gay thing.
Yeah, well.
All men should get pedicures.
I've seen plenty of straight men get pedicures. My father has made jokes for years. Not even jokes. Like, he almost came with us multiple times.
Yeah.
And that man has nasty feet, so he really could use one. But Nathan came with us, and we get inside, and we're all like, my mother and I and my sister and we're all looking at nail polishes, and I'm like, I want dip powder, so I'm looking at the book and the whole thing. And Nathan's not going to get polish. He doesn't actually know what to get. He's like looking at the menu, and I'm like, you want the fanciest pedicure you can possibly afford.
Mm-hmm.
You want them to scrub it. You want them to put aromas in it. You want the hot stones, the wax, whatever you can afford
Get
to
the
get.
deluxe.
Get it. Right. And in
Yeah.
Texas, I mean, women take their nails very seriously in Texas. So the menus are
I feel like
steep.
they do a lot of things, take a lot of things seriously.
Oh,
Even
they
the
do.
hair,
Oh, yeah.
like big hair.
But like a lot of women in Texas will get acrylics every 2 weeks religiously and pedicures like every 2 or 3 weeks religiously. They'll have their standing appointments at their slot. So, you know, he's looking at the menu, he picks out and so we're like getting in the row and it's all three of us women and my cousin at the end. And he was like, "What?" First he was only going to get a pedicure. And he was very insistent that he was only getting a pedicure, but he also has a nail biting thing. And I chewed his ass out in the nail salon. And it only takes like one person to be like, your nails look nasty, for the women who are taking care of us to feel very empowered to go like, oh, yes, honey, we need to get you. All I had to say was like, your nails look nasty, honey. We can't have you with those nasty nails in public. You chew them too much. And all of a sudden the women are like, absolutely, we need to get you a manicure. And like women swarm him and they're like, you just want a basic manicure. And like they're explaining it all to him. And he was like, way to roast me, woman. But thank you. That's my specialty.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we just literally roasted him for not having a steamer.
But also
yes.
you
Correct.
get your way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then he got a manicure. And then he texted me when I was back here in Connecticut and he said, wow, this manicure has changed my life. I think it may be helping me with my nail biting thing.
Did he get
And
polish or buff?
he just got a buff. And then he said, but I think it's really helping me with my nail biting thing because my nails look so nice. Like I don't want to mess it up. And I said, there you go. And then he asked me how frequently he should get them. And I said, honestly, every 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
They're only like $8 to $10, depending on where you're going, in Texas at least.
Yeah. And let me just say, like, buffing is great, but like as a gay man, feel free to go clear.
Absolutely.
Feel free to add color if you
Yeah.
want as well.
Because
I
it-
don't necessarily
he teaches
add
at a
color.
public school in Texas.
Well,
Yeah. You know, and I get that. So like some people don't feel comfortable with that, but like a clear polish.
But also keep in mind, I worked in the beauty industry for many years, and brands like Essie or OPI, which are very, very popular brands within, you know, a lot of the, you know, manicurist places where you go get your pedicures and your manicures. Both of these brands that they have a matte
Yep.
clear polish.
Yep.
So if you don't want the shine, you have an option to do matte.
But you want the shine.
You want the shine.
Yeah.
You want the
Life
shine.
should always be shiny.
Yeah.
So I changed his life, and my mother was very confused the whole time. She was like, he's getting a manicure now? He's doing what now? And I was like, don't worry about it, Mom. Just be happy.
Yeah.
We're all
just-
hanging out together. We're all spending quality time, hours here in the salon. So it was great.
Yeah, just sit back and enjoy, girl.
That was good for your mom though,
And
too.
what? Well,
It was
she
a-
said racist things in there, but
Well,
you know,
yeah.
you know,
Mothers.
you win some, you lose some.
Mhm.
But we were there, and
My fucking sister, my older sister, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but my older sister kept saying the R word.
no.
And my nephew, who has Downs, and finally my other sister was like, you can't say that anymore.
Right.
yeah.
Meanwhile, she says gay all the time. And I'm like, what? What? I've said that for years. That you can't just say that derogatorily.
Yeah.
And now, but you listen to my sister?
Well,
Well,
one
you
step
see,
at a time.
but exactly. In
Mhm.
baby steps. Listen, you had a huge milestone.
I know.
Huge milestones this time around. Because normally, you know, your trips down there are very, how would I say? I wouldn't say chaotic, but they're very
They're hit or
stressful.
miss. Yeah.
They're very stressful.
Yeah.
So the fact that you had a really positive visit, take that with a grain of salt.
Mhm.
And prep yourself for the next one. You know, you weren't even sure if you were going down, and then you
That's
made
right.
that decision to go. And I think that, you know, this was good for you.
Yeah, no, it was
Right.
a great trip.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad both of you had an amazing time. I didn't go anywhere, but I did stay local, and a lot
In
happened.
every sense.
Of the word.
Yes, a lot happened in 2 weeks. So, you know, originally since, you know, way back in January of 2025, I had, you know, already booked the week of Christmas to be off. And I knew that I was going to be off and, you know, spend time with mom and my siblings. We had a great time. It was dinner and food and drinks and music and all amazing. You know, we unfortunately got a call. My mother's oldest brother passed away the 23rd, so 2 days before Christmas.
Oh,
And
so sorry.
and I was slated to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of the week of New Year's. but because he passed, so I took those days off. So I haven't been to work in like 14, 15 days.
I will say one thing though. Things come in threes, right? So I lost my uncle, you lost your uncle, you lost your uncle in 2025. So 2026.
Yeah.
Nobody's losing anybody.
No.
Just to make that very clear to the universe. Thank you.
Yeah. Like, can we not, please, not this year? I would not be able to handle it. So, so that happened. And so, I have been off for a very long time. I had an opportunity to do many different things
With many different men.
with
body
many
count
different
up.
people.
Right.
And it was great. I enjoyed myself. I installed a new server in that closet back there and did a whole bunch of things.
And it's fancy.
Yeah, it is. It's like fucking like death in there.
No, it's
Yeah.
My
not-
fingers,
No.
my fingers
definitely not
feel
death.
like because you
It's
have
so-
to wire all these Ethernet cables and put them in the correct order. And my
Ethernet.
yeah,
Is that what people say?
It's
Yeah.
Ethernet.
I thought it was Ethernet.
or Ethernet.
But I totally get you. I spend the last week of every year, if I can, like cleaning my house out, deep, like purging bags of things to donate, just being like, so you got to do it. You got to reset.
Yeah, no, and so I spend time with friends. I spend time with family. So the last 2 weeks, and the weird thing is, so I talk about this all the time. Most of my vacation time I use in the summer by taking Mondays off. And so usually I'm off from like June all the way through October. I take a Monday off. So I have long weekends. This was the first time in my 20-year career that I had 2 consecutive weeks off.
Wow.
Same, I feel like.
And it was so transformative in the sense that I was like, wow,
Yeah.
like I didn't think about work once like you. I disconnected. I completely shut it down.
Yep.
I didn't touch my computer until yesterday. I turned it on just to see how many emails I got. And my computer punched me in the face. And then I was like, fuck this shit. I turned it back off. I was like, I'm done. I'll deal with you at 7 a.m. And but other than that, it was a very nice holiday season. I got really bad news this morning with Mom. They found some issues with her liver now, and so now we have to work through that, and we're gonna get more information on Monday when we go see the doctor. But aside from that, it was a very, very restorative, very different experience for me, which I haven't experienced in a while. But yeah, no, it's yeah,
We got you.
to be determined. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
and,
it was weird. We didn't.
Yeah.
Both, all three of us really. I didn't really talk that much with you or
No.
Hope while I was away. I literally like.
I was like, I gave this bitch space because normally I'm all up in it. Oh, I saw Wicked
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the movie theaters because Wicked came out on video on the 31st. And I was like, I was so tempted to buy it, but I knew she was going to buy it. So I didn't buy it because I have her account here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll watch it here. But I was like, I really want to experience this in the theaters.
Yeah.
And all I have to say about that before we go on break is if Cynthia Erivo does not get an Oscar for No Good Deed,
It was good.
I'm done with the Oscars
Mm-hmm.
because she ate that song.
She did.
She completely destroyed it
She did.
in a fabulous way.
And the way those two gay people made their heterosexual romance look real. Wow. That also gets its own Oscar.
Oh my God. And that Shaw.
Oh, the shawl moment. The
But
shoulder.
also, like, how did he still look so hot as Scarecrow?
because
It's Jonathan Bailey.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how he looked a little like Ryan Reynolds in that getup?
I didn't even think about that, but I can see it
true.
now.
Yeah.
Just
could
a
see
little.
it.
I was just like, is that?
And I said this to you earlier too. When you go see the show on Broadway, the first act is by far the best. The
Right.
second act is good, but it doesn't hold a candle to the first act. This second movie, the way they wrote and told the story and dug a little deeper into the story
Right.
and really took more from the book, I thought made the second movie almost better than the first.
Yeah, and discovering why she has those powers, why she is as powerful as she is, was pretty eye opening. I mean, I knew from way back because you know me, I like,
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna ruin it for anyone, even though I'm the spoiler, the queen of spoilers. I'm not gonna ruin it for anyone. If you haven't watched it, go out and watch it. I think you'll enjoy it. Wicked, the original movie was amazing. Wicked for Good was just incredible. Yeah, if you get a chance and it's still in theaters, get out there and watch it. But it's also available at home.
Keep those movie theaters open, folks.
Hello.
That was a lot to fill people in on.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we just had diarrhea of the mouth for like half hour.
Hold on,
You're
there's one more thing
welcome.
you want to share because he's not here. A story about Jay.
Oh, Jay. Okay, right. So Jay, obviously he's not here because he's got a family emergency, and we're all praying for him. But Jay had come out last night, and he had gone out to dinner with a couple of friends, Ricky Mestri, who we've had on the show before, who's Mr. Connecticut Leather for 2025, the current Mr. Connecticut Leather. And he shows up at the bar, and it looked like he sucked 20,000 dicks.
What?
Because he ate something that gave him an allergic reaction, and his lips were like this big.
No.
I wish you had
He
a
was like,
photo of this.
Ooh, I was like, he walked in, I was like, dude,
Lip filler.
what happened to your face? He's like, I ate something and I think I'm getting an allergic reaction. I was like, do you have like medication, Benadryl? Do you need an EpiPen? I mean, like, what's going on here?
Holy
It was
shit.
serious.
Also, do you realize you just walked into a gay bar looking like that?
My
Uh-huh.
point, it's like, everybody's going to be like, yo, the back of that dumpster must have been busy tonight.
Every dumpster has its lid.
It sure
Honestly.
does. So, but yeah, so that happened. And then obviously, we connected this morning. He's fine. The lips went down. But, he had a little family emergency. He can't be here. I'm sure that we'll expand and elaborate a little bit more on his experience with that next week. But yeah, that's where we are. That's
right.
where we are with that. All right. On that note, we are going to take a break. And when we come back, we have some dish. Here we go. All right, ladies and gents, we are back from the break. Thank you for allowing us to do that. We needed to rinse and refresh our drinks, rinse and repeat as we always do. And I had mentioned at the beginning of the show that, 2025 went out with a bang. 2026 said literally, hold my fucking beer, because here we go again. And I wanted to talk a little bit about, the situation that we find ourselves in 5 days into the fucking new year. It's like I woke up, I think it was Saturday. No, it was Friday, to the news that our MAGA Jesus decided to invade a completely sovereign country, abduct a president and his wife, and arrest them and bring them into the United States. And I was just like, what the fuck is going on?
That's a war crime.
I don't know. Girl, I don't know what it is, but it's kind of
No, it's a
fucking
war
crazy.
crime.
It's fucking crazy. So, so if you don't know, if you're living under a rock, the president of the United States, Donald Trump, decided that without the congressional approval of Congress to bomb a sovereign country, Venezuela, and go in and abduct the president. Well, obviously we all have our feelings about Maduro. I have strong opinions about Maduro. I don't think he's a good human at all, but still, we decided to go in and abduct a president and his wife and bring them to United States to face charges,
Yep.
narco trafficking charges, in the middle of the night. And it's like when you think of history, this is not the first time America has done this. Like the United States of America has deposed a lot of different heads of state in the past, and it's never gone well.
Well,
Ever.
And this president campaigned on getting out of American intervention in foreign countries. So
And here we are.
Well-
and then you say to yourself, why?
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. It's all about oil, right? It's definitely all about oil.
Yes.
Yeah.
However, it is an act of war. And I think it's really important to note that he did not get congressional approval.
Yep.
And the fact that he's going above and beyond and not getting that approval just tells you once again that this president does not give a shit about the Constitution or the separation, the separate branches of government and how they work together.
Yeah, the separation of powers, right? It's like we know constitutionally, if you want to declare war, it takes an act of Congress to do so. And this president has been acting.
Well, see, he didn't declare war. What he did was create an act of war.
Yeah.
Right.
He thinks that it is different to abduct. That feels appropriate here. To abduct a sitting leader or a sitting leader and his wife.
He deported someone in the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny because he has claimed it's so difficult to get people back from other countries who have been, U.S. citizens in some cases.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and the reason we know that this is all about oil is because
He said so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that and recently, his pardon of former Honduran president, I can't remember his name. But he was a huge drug trafficker, bringing so many drugs into this country, and he pardoned him.
Yep.
And then made the excuse that the reason he's bringing this person back here was because of drugs.
Yeah, no. To me, I'm astounded at the fact that this even happened. When the reports started coming in, none of the congressional people that like the big eight, is that what they call them? The the big honchos, the leaders of either party. There's like 8 people that should always be informed of things that are happening. They had no clue that this was happening. It happened in the middle of the night. They went in, they bombed Caracas, which is the capital of Venezuela, and then they just somehow knew exactly where he was going to be. They went in, they grabbed him, boom, put him
And
on a
his
plane.
wife.
And his wife, and then brought him here. And then the thing is, it's like not only,
Don't die.
excuse me, that this happened. When all of this went down, neighboring U.S. territories or colonies like Puerto Rico had to shut down their airspace.
Yep.
For fear of any kind of retaliation because of proximity to Venezuela. And the U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, they had to shut down their airspace. This was like, you cause a lot of ruckus to bring a man and do what?
Yep.
What is the end game here?
Well, and now he is saying that he's in charge of Venezuela.
That he's
We can't handle our own shit here in America, and now you want to take on another country?
for real, and like I said, I have my feelings about Maduro. He's a horrible
And that's
human
fine,
being.
but the way he handled it was inappropriate.
This is not
That's
the way.
not even a strong enough word.
If history serves me right, we never ever get it right when we do things like this.
No. Well, and Marco Rubio had his interviews over the weekend, and his one with Stephanopoulos on ABC was very clear that he dodged a lot of questions, including the question about are we now in charge, America now in charge of Venezuela? And he dodged it with some kind of vague answer that kind of implies that we are, and that we're monitoring everything. Like, we're going to help make sure, quote unquote, make sure everything gets stable. And I'm just thinking flashbacks to other times, particularly, of course, most recently in Afghanistan and Iraq, where we said we were removing dictators who didn't have their people's best interest at heart, which might be true, but what we did and our ability to be, quote unquote, successful at stabilizing the region
We
and providing
destabilized them.
Yeah. It's not happening.
Horribly.
And we're not taking out, I mean, it's almost like kind of annoying. Like, do we even warrant this with the energy? Because we know he's not taking out other leaders who have committed similarly egregious humanitarian crimes. Is he taking out Putin?
Like himself?
Is he removing Putin from Russia and saying, hey, we're taking you out. You have been inhumane to your people. You've been a dictator. You have not run legal elections. No,
Right.
of course
And
we're not.
you've also invaded another foreign, sovereign state,
You're putting
etc.
American lives at risk.
And here's the kicker for me. So I keep watching the news, right? And so the vice president of Venezuela has, by the governing party there, have literally appointed her as acting president in the absence of Maduro. And she's like, fuck you. You need to return him right back. And it's like, so you got rid of the one person, but you didn't get rid of a party.
No.
There's still people there that support this man's agenda. What do you do in that case?
Right.
She's president now.
Right. Well, and today was the first hearing for him, and he said very openly in New York court that I've been kidnapped. My name is, he says his name, and he says I'm the president of Venezuela, and he says, and I've been kidnapped, and I am here. And can you imagine if Trump were taken by another entity?
Can you please? Like, I would be okay with that.
We're asking for your help.
Right, but can you
Please.
imagine how the entire
Canada,
US
come through.
system would rally around and go,
We would be
you
at
have
war."
kidnapped our president.
Right,
But it's different because we're a superpower, apparently.
right.
But we're
And-
kind of losing that status.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, and quickly and fast. It's just, but to me, it's just very disturbing. Like, listen, I want to see a liberated Venezuela, right? I want the people of Venezuela to be able to elect their leaders and be representative of what the people need and what the people want and have interest in the people. Clearly, this man does not. I hold no sympathy whatsoever for this man, but the way we did this is incorrect. It is not the way we should have done this. I believe that, like Trump has said, we want to let people, America first, let's deal with our own shit, which clearly we're not. And let's let people do their own bidding and their own managing. And you go and abduct a president of a whole fucking country.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this?
Yeah. You want the oil.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. You want control of another place.
It's oil. Oh, they stole our oil. That was like fucking 40 years ago. And we need to get over that and we need to move on.
But he's showing up in a New York court, and the newly elected and sworn in Mayor Mamdani has come out and spoken very publicly about how he feels about having Maduro held in New York and presented in front of the courts of New York.
And I fucking love this. So, can we talk about Mamdani for a little bit? So, for the first time in a very long time, we have a person, a very young individual, beautiful, by the way, and I say this with a lot of love and respect,
Don't give him your number, Tom.
probably the first fuckable mayor of New York City that I've ever seen in my
I
life.
knew he was going to say it.
Because I have
I
to.
mean-
Importantly, his wife is an artist and a fan of the arts. That's what matters.
And she's gorgeous,
to me.
and he's fucking gorgeous, and I don't mind having eye candy for a mayor.
No, not at
Okay.
all.
But most important, I want to talk about the significance of his election, number one, and the fact that, he ran a very, very successful campaign against very large, political figures that obviously had their issues, right? When we think about Cuomo, the name Cuomo in itself, I mean, we still have a fucking bridge somewhere.
Yep.
Governor Cuomo Bridge somewhere, which I think should be renamed ASAP.
That and the Kennedy Center.
Oh, God.
We'll talk about that in a minute. But my thing is, it's like, Mamdani's election was historic on its own, but to see, oh my God, I believe that he's going to do good things for New York. I truly, truly believe that. But this is the first time, really, that a Muslim individual was elected to become mayor of New York. And this is the first time that on January 1st, which is typically when they inaugurate their new elected official or the mayor, swore the oath of office on a Quran.
Yep.
And I think it's just, when we think about as a community for us, we talk about diversity, we talk about equity, we talk about inclusion, we talk about opportunity, right, for all peoples, regardless of what your creed is, where you come from, what your religious background is, right? We want to be able to support things like this. It was very historic and beautiful. And, and the thing for me is like he has this smile the entire time. You've got, Governor Hochul in the back. You've got Letitia James, which, by the way, was just indicted. And then,
Yep.
that was thrown out of court.
Yep.
And then you have AOC, and all three of them are just sitting there cheesing from left to right,
And Bernie
It's-
back there, like, staring at AOC like, Oh my God, that's my baby.
Oh, I love her. I just thought it was just wonderful. There was a lot of notable people. We were talking about
Yeah.
while we were on break about one individual.
Well, it was amazing. So, right after midnight, he gets technically sworn in
Right.
by Letitia James at this old City Hall, currently not functioning, but old City Hall subway stop
Right.
and New York that is historically significant, especially as someone who campaigned around free transit, public transit,
Right.
right? So that was beautiful. And then he has his big ceremony where the crowds can come and watch. And he's got Letitia, he's got AOC, he's got Bernie. Bernie also, big shout out for reviving the mittens and the hat and the cross legs, the blanket. Shout out to your team. I'm sure someone told you, or maybe they didn't, but shout out.
Bernie's Bernie. I
love
fucking
it.
love Bernie.
I love it. And Jermaine Williams, who is the public advocate in New York, which is a position we need in more cities. That is the position of someone who is literally designed to hold the system accountable on behalf of the people in that city. So if someone in the city says, and this is coming from someone who used to live in New York, if you feel that the systems that the city is providing you, whether that's the healthcare, whether that's the transit, whether that's just bureaucracy in general, if you feel that those systems have discriminated against you, you go to the public advocate's office.
And how long has that office been?
A long time. It's actually not new.
Huh.
It's not new. But Jermaine Williams took the oath that day as well to be appointed the next public advocate, and he gave a speech that was to his younger self.
Oh.
He gave a speech to his younger self, and he said, and I'm paraphrasing here because I'm sure I'm not going to get it exactly right, but he says, and to the little black boy who 40-something years ago, whatever it was, who didn't believe that being in this position was possible, like, this is for you. You are enough. You are already enough. And it was very emotional, and he got choked up, and there were just so many people there. And, Mamdani said something that I thought was powerful, and not powerful because of its political points, but he said, I was elected as a democratic socialist, and I will continue to govern as a democratic socialist. And I hear that, and I don't necessarily care what that means in terms of platform. But what I know that to mean is that he's at least saying to us, and I hope it is true, I pray that it is true, because I know the powers of political forces will be very much upon him.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, it will be hard for him to do this, but what he is saying is, I was elected to do extremely progressive things, centering working class folks, centering those most marginalized, and I am still committed to doing that. And saying that in your inauguration speech in New York is no small thing.
No, it's not.
I think that people are the people that push back or are freaking out is because of that Democrat socialism thing, right?
Absolutely.
But when you think about what that really means, is the man is a Democrat.
Right.
He's a Democrat. I think people don't see it that way. I think they see it in some weird, especially because he's Muslim, right? They
Right.
see it from this is a terrorist type of platform, when in fact, what he's actually standing up and saying is, I'm for the people, not for the profit. The profit is important, and I'm going to run an economy like a democratic economy. However, we are here for the people.
Right. And it's important to focus on that. But, when we also think about the dynamics of a city like New York, let's talk about 9/11, right? When 9/11 happened, the Muslim community went through it, right?
Yeah.
Because of the inferences of that day of the Muslim trees. People automatically assume that everyone that's associated with the Muslim faith is a terrorist.
The same thing in World War II.
Did the same thing to people. Think about Japanese people in the internment camps in states 60, 70 years ago. It's a thing. Paranoia sets in, and people sort of kind of focus on what makes him different. But I think what makes him different is what's going to be effective. Right? I hope so.
I think he's got a battle, but
of course he does,
because he's been doing in this fashion, right? Such a way, and he's about he wants to support, and I think that's where his uphill battles be. However, I think he has a support behind him.
Oh, of
It's
course.
just a different way of looking at things.
Yeah, I mean, you have to look at the people that has selected as to walk beside the people that support conventions, the people who do the work of the community.
Yeah, it's about the people you surround
Well,
yourself
he's
with.
had the quote unquote, I won't say the Democratic Party always behind him. He has served who are extremely high ranking, extremely like qualified, frankly, to be working in his city, to be working in his public offices. So he knows I'm putting people much than I am around me who are well credentialed and well networked around me. I don't just come
Right.
me guy.
Charisma will only get you far.
Mm.
One of the things, the on him to work in a unmarked,
Yep.
proved window. He went to work on the subway. He
Mhm.
got on a train and he met the people. He sat with them, joked
I mean,
with them, laughed
that's
with them.
going to change. But
I mean, honestly, you would need to. If you're the mayor of New York City, it's a high profile job.
well, you've got
you
a
know.
lot going on. You've got to be where you need to be when you need to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you don't know the people, how do you structure policy and
I think he does. I
Yeah.
think that was a great way to start out being something that we know is going to last.
No.
oh no, of course. I wouldn't expect it to. A very
Huge
nice touch.
statement, right?
Of course,
Yeah. And
it was huge because it gives him an opportunity to how would I say get in tune with the people. Like, dude, I remember one time, and this was obviously when Barack Obama was president, where he did something he had written. I can't remember where the train system was, but there was a person passed out, and he has a photo. Like, yeah, I'm gonna take a photo of you, and you're
Mhm.
fuck out, and the sit right next,
Mhm.
those kind of things. And I think I hope that he does good things for the city, and I hope that this this gives us an opportunity to really showcase that it doesn't matter what your religion is. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what you believe in. If your goal is to better the lives of the people around you,
Yep.
you should always be able to succeed.
Mhm.
And that is an impact as well.
Right.
He has a lot of lived knowledge and experience. His parents have been social justice fighters for a long. Well, his mother's a filmmaker, but his father, a prolific writer about these kinds of. I appreciated. It's clearly very politics because he was able to make a nice little quote to Eric Adams during his inauguration.
Oh, I saw that.
That was friendly, like genuinely friendly, and also signaling, I'm not you, man.
Yeah.
And then he signed that order day one that repealed
All of the
previous-
executive orders that he had signed after he was allegedly indicted for
Uh-huh.
all the things that he'd done while in
Yeah.
office.
Yep. Said no injustice and criminality here, no lack of transparency here. And then thought, I even think back to before he was inaugurated and when he was with Trump was
Ruling over him?
right. And I think I really hope and pray that signals something to the Democratic Party. Courageous outspokenness is your opponent. Like an opponent like Trump is going to see it. And, it's kind of like that thing where you're like, I got to give you props, man.
Right.
I got to give you props.
Yeah.
Because while I would not compare Mamdani to Trump in terms of rhetoric or style or anything,
Oh yeah.
but I would say that the two of them are very clear and very loud about their opinions.
But they're also very different. So
well, yeah, one roots in oppression.
right. So, and I think that's what's great about what we're seeing in the Democratic Party. And when we talk about democratic socialism, I think what's great about that is we have been so rooted in profit. We have been so rooted in corporate profit.
Yep.
And our leaders have been so rooted in making sure that they leave more money in the bank account than they started.
Yep.
Right.
And that's because of the people that have been supporting them. And while I'm sure he will as well, right? He's going to make money while he's in office. Everybody does. However, he cares more about, or at least preaches that he cares more about the people than he cares about corporate profit, than he cares about public profit. However, economy will still grow. That's important. With rhetoric away from this big oil, right? They're
They're entirely beholden to these industries.
Right.
exactly away from that is what's going to save the country. In my personal opinion, I think that if we have people who have their thumbs on leaders all the time,
Yeah.
we are going to the country, and I think that's what democratic socialism actually is.
We're veering so far towards oligarchy in parties.
Right.
We're veering so far towards the wealthy few leaders of our government what to do that we need someone who says, I rebuke that.
Right.
And he gives such due credit to those before him who have been paving that way, and they haven't reached these same positional milestones maybe as like mayor of New York. But I'm excited for him. I will continue to hold chicanery is not what he said.
For real.
Mhm.
Very excited to see. I think he marks a milestone in our.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, you know,
Our country.
when you think about, for example, the results of last November's elections, right? And how polling is trending, right? And how things go. And the fact that he was elected over big money, right? With heavy hitters
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the name Cuomo. I think it's huge. And I hope that he does wonderful things for New York. And I hope that New Yorkers get to benefit from what he is trying to do. Because, you know, living in New York is very expensive. You know, you can rent a closet for $3,000 a month. And so, you know, when you elect someone who's saying, hey, I want to make housing affordable, I want to hold landlords accountable, I want to, you know, do all things that benefit the people of New York City. I just hope that more and more mayors around the country
Mhm.
take the stance and work actively in helping people manage what is quickly becoming unmanageable. Like paying a rent is ridiculous nowadays.
As a single individual, it is hard.
Well,
It
and
is
that's
very
what I'm
hard.
most excited about. I am most excited because even on day 1 and 2, the policy he put forward was policy we don't often see, at least along this coast very often. Things like saying, I'm putting together a team that's going to map out all of the publicly owned land in this city so we can figure out which of those pieces of land we can give for really competitive rates to developers to develop affordable housing. You know, like I'm really excited to see what policy he rolls out that we can then go and advocate to our elected officials and say, hey, you know, we're not the same cities by any means. And it would be a bit of a bad argument to your mayor, you know, even New Haven, do the same exact. But thinking in this way and going,
Of course.
strategically, what else does the city of New Haven own? What does West Haven own?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, are there developer relationships you have? Of course you have them.
Yeah.
What can we be doing?
Exactly.
And I think, you know, another piece of it, and you had kind of touched on it earlier, is I love the fact that he's so transparent about the fact that he knows this is not my specialty. I need to build a strong team
a coalition of people that
that
will
can help
get me there.
make this my vision happen.
Right.
That's right.
Whereas, you know, a leader that doesn't think that way, while they think they're a great leader, aka Trump, you're not putting the people in place
Right.
to support the policies that you're spewing. He's doing the thing.
But honestly, I wouldn't even put Trump in that
No,
same
I'm just saying,
realm,
like-
or like even use that name to
He can't even keep a
infer.
cabinet together. But
I mean, when you think about how the Trump brand built its wealth, it built its wealth on the backs of poor people.
But this is why Obama was so successful. He not only did he come in with a strong vision, but he came in and he said, I need a team. And
Yes.
I need the team.
Right.
And he put together the team. You are only as strong as the people you surround yourself with.
Absolutely, I agree.
That's why I keep Hope around.
And
Worst
maybe she-
nightmare or
she's fabulous. She can put you in your place in 1 minute and then give you the world in the next. And
That
that's how
sounded
we
bad.
do.
I keep you around because I love you.
Oh, good.
Yeah, well, that's
Me
true. We
too.
love
I
you too. You
I
know,
love you.
see. She loves me more.
I know. I'm highly aware.
Kidding. All right. So I think that is all we're going to have for you today. I don't want to ramble on about all the things, but what I will say is that going on, if anything, last 2 weeks have taught me is to take a moment and breathe. Don't get worked up by everything that is thrown at us. I want to remind people that we are in a completely different time and era where once upon a time, the only news that you got was the news that you tuned in at 6, right? Or the news that you read in the paper in the morning while you were having your coffee. We are being bombarded 24/7 on social media, on news networks, on papers, on billboards, on coworkers and conversations 24/7. It's
Family group chats.
insane, right? It's a state of hyper it's hyper, right? You're given so much all the time, 24/7, that if you don't take a moment to just stop and breathe, you're going to drive yourself nuts.
Yep.
And especially in this political crisis we find ourselves in.
Yep.
So take a moment to breathe.
I will say, though, there is always light in the dark. There were a couple things that came out of 2025 going into 2026 that are truly heartwarming for the LGBTQ plus community. I'm going to just share the titles of these articles.
Okay.
It's only 5 of them. But Child of Eddie Murphy and Spice Girl Mel B came out as trans.
That's beautiful.
That's
Beautiful. There was a police raid at a gay bar for a compliance check, and the patrons did not have it.
great. Love
Where
it.
did this happen? I feel like I
Pittsburgh.
read something in Pittsburgh,
It happened in Pittsburgh.
Pennsylvania.
And then Red State Governor vetoes 3 anti-trans bills and tells GOP lawmakers to focus on real issues.
Wow.
And then community rallied against a MAGA councilman who tried to ban the pride flag. Guess what? That's not banned anymore. And then Pete Buttigieg, of course, we love Pete, reveals his simple plan to fight the White House madness over the next 4 years. So there are people still in our corner, still fighting for the LGBTQ plus community, and we have to really just grab onto that hope, right? Because there are good things happening, and we are still fighting, and we continually do get inundated with negative crap, but there are people, there are lights in the dark.
Hope is great. She not only
Hope is great.
She not only sits with us from time to time when she can. It's like we can share her, so you can have hope wherever it is that you go.
Honestly.
24/7.
Just not Faith, because that's her sister, and she doesn't like to say hope and faith together.
Joy.
Joy, sorry. Hope and joy. I forget what happened when I said that to you at one point. You were like,
It's Joy. Joy is my sister. Faith was going to be, my parents often joked that Faith, Charity, or my father liked to say, long suffering, could have been the names of sisters had they had more children, because fruits of the spirit, folks, go read your Bible.
oh my God. Well, we're lucky to have hope.
Yes, we are. We are absolutely lucky. All right, we're going to move on. We're going to wrap this up. So I'm going to toss it over to you. You're going to do Mama Kim's Minute. I'm already speaking cursive.
Got it.
That's a lot. Here we go. Ooh, we still have music on.
Are you even recording? Thank you.
Yes, I am.
All right, everybody. Here's Mama Kim's Minute. Number 1, gender-affirming care helped detect this woman's cancer and saved her life. Number 2, a steamy gay hot show is all the rage. It really is really good.
It really is.
This gay player says it won't help real athletes come out, though. Number 3, gay doctor who resigned from CDC over radical non-transparency will lead historic health organization.
Yes, Queen. All right, Hope, over to you.
On this day in gay history, January 5th, 1974, the Brunswick Four, which were Adrian Potts, Pat Murphy, Sue Wells, and Heather Elizabeth, they were arrested at the Brunswick Tavern in Toronto for resisting discriminatory treatment, becoming a notable early movement in Canada in lesbian activism that helped galvanize the community organizing and resistance to police harassment.
Gotta love a lesbian.
Love to hear it.
Listen, let me tell you, if it weren't for lesbians, a lot of things would have just gone south very quickly. So,
Honestly.
You know, they were pivotal in the early years of the, you know, HIV and AIDS pandemic and taking care of our brothers that were falling like flies, and the government wasn't doing anything, and lesbians totally stepped up and did their thing to help them out and make them feel special. So love a lesbian. Let that be a lesson. All right. Off we go.
I think it's still Hope.
Still you.
If you love the show, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting service. Subscribing, you get the latest and greatest of our show delivered right to your favorite subscription service or web browser as soon as the episode is published. And you can also support us on Patreon, friends, with a pledge donation. The donations are collected monthly and can be in any denomination of your choosing, $1 or more.
Yes, queen, you better work. All right, Nicholas.
Thank you. All right, everybody, get the Future Method and all other products today. All products are doctor and clean out without hurting your bum. You can take confidence anywhere with the anal powder packs. Increase your stretch goals with the 3-piece anal glass dilation kit or silicone kit. Get the long-lasting pleasurable glide with the silicone anal lube, and get all the information you need with Dr. G's book, But Seriously. Visit futuremethod.com to purchase your life-changing bum accessories today.
Yes, queen.
Our show is also available on Talk
Oh, whoa.
What happened?
You didn't put a on it.
Sorry, put a rubber on it.
Okay.
So after you put a rubber on it, you can go find our show on our website, gaytalk20.com, under audio podcast. It's also available as a free download on Apple Podcast, YouTube Music, and now on Spotify.
Yes, queen.
All right. You can find us on social media, Facebook, Gay Talk 2.0, Instagram, Gay Talk 2.0. You can email us at gaytalk2.0@gaytalk20.com. Tom, this is your chance.
I'm going to try in 2026 to do it right. If you need to reach out to us, just head on over to our website. Click on the Contact Us tab, which is located at the top of your web. There you can leave comments. You can suggest topics. You can submit a question for the cast or an individual host. You can also call us and leave us any questions you may have via voicemail. We'll answer those for you right on our show. Our phone number is 334-GAY-TALK. And if you need all of the digits, it is 334-429-8255. Don't forget that we do stream live every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We thank you for joining us for our first episode in 2026. And with that, ladies and gents, that is our show. Thank you and have a good night.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Gay Talk 2.0. Tune in next time for more dish.